You are not entitled to the fruits of the action, only to the action itself. This is chapter 2, verse 47 of the Bhagavad Gita, which is a Hindu scripture. It's basically, I'm paraphrasing here, but it's kind of like the Bible for Hinduism. And the reason why today's video is going to be starting with this quote, we're going to be talking about advanced segmentation, personalization features in Klaviyo and why, the last video was talking about why Klaviyo is much better than MailChimp, for example. Now we're diving deeper into like specific examples of like why that is and should you even use them. So we're going to be talking about these things. As you can see, I'm super organized today. I wrote some notes. Um, so it is expected date of next order flow, predicted gender, um, and then kind of like just giving you the answer that you were not looking for and you were not really hoping for, but actually is the answer, and so on. So, yeah, maybe we could take it step by step. So, whenever you hear people on the internet talking about, oh, like advanced Klaviyo stuff, and it kind of like sounds cool, right? And it can really mislead people into starting with the advanced stuff. Like I recently had some sales calls, client strategy discovery calls, where people were looking for the most advanced, like personalized thing. And if you've been listening to my videos or listening to my channel or watching the videos or a podcast, then I love simplicity. And I think it's stupid to start from the most advanced thing when you don't even have an abandoned cart flow, okay? And a lot of things just to like lower your enthusiasm, because when you're watching this video, or even if you search for like advanced Klaviyo and maybe my video came up, I'm sure you were hoping for something magic tricks, like pulling a rabbit out of a hat and all of these like very advanced things. Here's the actual list of predictive analytics. Like whenever you create a segment in Klaviyo, you have this option of like what someone has done or any kind of like properties about someone or whether they can receive email marketing. And when you go to like the predictive analytics, which is its own category of segmentation criteria, this is the list. This is the full list. Okay, there's no more. So we've got total customer lifetime value. Very cool. How often would you actually use this? Like this is for stores that are above 1 mil per month. Okay. And chances are the reason why it's funny to record this video is if you're making less than 1 mil per month in your e-commerce store, USD revenue consistently, um, I need to turn on the AC, which might create some external noise, which I apologize for, but I'm sweating here. Okay, so if you're making less than 1 mil, you shouldn't watch this video because like you shouldn't worry about this. You should worry about like getting more traffic to your website. Like you should watch the other videos where I'm talking about, this is so funny. Like most of my videos are about why you shouldn't watch this video. You should pay me instead. But okay, I digress. So you should watch the other ones about like segmentation, the simple flows, the um some of the other ones that will be suggested here. And if you go to my channel, it's probably going to be in the popular videos categories, and you should watch those and you should set those up. But if you're making more than 1 mil per month, you also shouldn't watch this video, because you should just pay me or like someone else, but you should really just pay me to set these up for you, because it's not really worth your time at that point. And it's not worth your time if you're making less than that, because there are other things. Like you should be more omni-channel. You shouldn't really worry about this, like this total customer lifetime value. And you like, if you're looking to get, like, let's say you already have an e-commerce agency, email agency, sorry, and you are making less than 1 mil per month, if you are able to pay them to do this kind of stuff, they are undercharging you, or there's something wrong there. Okay, because this is very advanced things, and I hope I'm not like ruining your day by this. So we've got total customer lifetime value, predicted customer lifetime value. It's very cool. Like when you go to Klaviyo and you go on profiles, let me see if I can show you an example. All right, so here's the example in the meantime that I've created here. So for the podcast listeners, what you can see here is Klaviyo, you go to audience on the left hand side, you go to profiles, and then you can select a customer. Usually it has to be one that is kind of like a VIP or someone that has purchased things before, usually like minimum 2 or 3 times. I didn't select the best person, to be honest. It could be like this person had like 2 orders so far. The historic CLV for this brand is $501, and their predicted CLV is that they're going to be spending $98.86 more. This is very cool, right? But you can also see the limitation of Klaviyo here, which is Klaviyo is still the best one. Okay, it is overpriced a little bit, but it is the best one. But still, you can see, we all want to be what's his name, Tony Stark from Iron Man, and have all of these very advanced things, and we want to be Moneyball, the guy who revolutionized baseball. But you can see here the next best product, which Klaviyo is recommending this person, is route package protection. And this is something that e-commerce ecosystems really need to figure out, because the amount of times people get recommended shipping protection and package protection and all of these things that these e-commerce store owners like spend all of this time like adding in, but it's impossible to categorize them as a different category of products, which means that we're really limited in the email category, which also means, by the way, people talk about advanced stuff, advanced segmentation. So we've got, for example, over personalization. So um, let's say when the one reason why I don't like to add like a dynamic product block, a dynamic product recommendation for people. Oh, hey, like you were looking at this product. Klaviyo is perfectly suited to bring up, abandoned carts, dynamic product. Here's the product you were looking at, right? But Klaviyo is not so good at recommending the next products, because they will often recommend products that package protection, shipping protection, like all of this random stuff, products that they already bought, even if it doesn't make sense. So, for example, like $2,000 couches, and hey, here's another one you might like, and they show the exact same one. So, Klaviyo is not that smart yet, unfortunately, which is why I just prefer simplicity. Select your 3 best-selling products, use a static product block, and use that. Okay, like advanced, simple scales, fancy fails. There's another great quote, which maybe I should have started this video with, which is hopefully I can find it here. Right. Chapter 12 of the Tao Te Ching: precious things lead one astray. So, precious thing is kind of like Lao Tzu was referring to, like, I mean, the equivalent of cars and like diamond rings and watches and like all of this stuff. And it leads you away from the true way. Okay. And advanced segmentation stuff, like like personalized product recommendations, is one of those things currently as we speak, 2025. Klaviyo is not smart enough for this. Okay. But what you should actually pay attention to is, for example, if I have a couple of clients who sell in Israel right to left text. Like people in Israel, they write from the other way and they read from the other way. Like we read from like this letter and then this one and then this one, and we move from left to right. It's the opposite in Israel. So that's like, it's like localization, right? Very important. And another reason against this over personalization horse, is you're actually going to be like, is it actually, do you want to be that personal? Like, do you want people to know that you know exactly which product they bought, which you do? you you know which product they bought, but you actually shouldn't tell them, because, well, with all of this data, the losses that Mark Zuckerberg had to go through, and the hearings in court, and like all of this society movement towards like, hey, like, all of this new stuff in the last few years that emerged, where, like Apple has to do this, all these privacy rules, is kind of like people saying, hey, right now I am getting really personalized advertising and recommendations. I would like these ads to be less relevant to me. Like that's what kind of, from a certain point of view, without going full on Obi-Wan Kenobi here, this is kind of what people are asking marketers to do. Like right now, you know too much, which we still do. Like we still know everything about you, but I would like you to know less and make it less relevant. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of funny, but it is what it is. Another quote that we will start other videos with. I'm on a roll here, guys. All right. So this is chapter 29 in the Tao Te Ching, which is the graceful master accepts things as they are. It's another banger from Lao Tzu. So let's just accept it. And if people don't want us to be this accurate, then don't be. Okay, be more like no, like pretend you know less than what you actually know. Have we missed out anyone? Okay, we do have a couple of like the advanced stuff. So like expected date of next order flow. If you make the copy kind of generic and pretend that, oh, like I think you bought recently, right? Whereas you know exactly they bought 2 weeks ago. You bought recently, right? Like, do you want to buy again? And this is really good for consumable products. I think I shared a screenshot before of yeah, here it is. This is a coffee brand, a pretty small one, but I'm also trying to make some of these videos relatable to you. So this store doesn't make that much money, but you know, second best one performing is expected date on next order. It's a consumable product. We know exactly when they bought. We know we have really good data on when people will probably buy again. And yeah, like it performs great. So this is the benefit of you continuing listening to this video, even though I told you in the first 2 minutes not to listen to it, because there are some advanced stuff that makes sense. So like if you're in a consumable, if you're selling consumable products, expected date of next order is perfect. If you sell gender specific products, like let's say you sell t-shirts for both men and women, then you can send the women's products to Klaviyo has an expected gender to be male or female. Unfortunately, it's no like, you know, I would love this to be some like very advanced thing that Klaviyo uses, but it just basically uses the name and like, oh, like what is this name likely to be in terms of gender? Um, all right, so we've got that one, predicted gender. As you can see, like a lot of these predicted analytics is actually just number of orders or customer lifetime value related. And yeah, the other good one is smart send time. So this enables you to use uh, Klaviyo's like proper data to determine the best send time to do, but you need at least 12K subscribers to be able to do this. And Klaviyo will start sending emails at every hour of the day, and it will be very scientifically based, very, you know, statistical significance, all of these things. So you need to send a few campaigns. Let's say if you have a 20K list, you need to send a few campaigns. It cannot be done, I don't think, on flows yet, but on campaigns it can. And then you can use the data from the campaigns to then time your flow emails accordingly. Quick spoiler alert, most brands that I worked with, at least like 70% of them have evening times as the smart send time, like the best one. It actually does depend also on the day, so you can run different send times based on the days that you send emails, which is kind of cool. But yeah, you need to send like 5 to 10. I don't exactly know how many, depending on how many subscribers you have. Let's say with a 20K list, and then Klaviyo will start narrowing it down to the best hour of the day. So that's how it works. That was the video about the advanced Klaviyo features and how to use them, and should you even use them. If you got this far in the video, that means you must be really committed, or you're doing something else which made you not stop the video and you just continue listening to it. So I appreciate it either way. Love you. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things, and watch the next video. Thanks so much. Ciao.